Monday is coming around and you're gearing up for another round of dieting. Checklist in hand, you're feeling in charge. Tempting foods out of the house? Check. Bowl of fresh fruit on the counter? Check. Cut veggies placed front and center in the fridge? Check. But as you stride into work with your healthy homemade lunch, you're faced with cinnamon rolls in the break room, a vending machine full of junk food, and a coworker with a jar of chocolate candies on her desk. I once worked in an office where fresh donuts were delivered to the break room every morning, and this was a cardiologist's office. I don't even like donuts, but it was still hard to resist a bite or two every time I'd go in to refresh my coffee. Despite my protests that we were perhaps sending the wrong message, the donut delivery persisted, so I bought a little coffee maker for my office so I could avoid the lunchroom altogether. In a workplace study published a few years ago, Dr. Brian Wansink showed just how powerful a persuader the sight of food can be. He placed a covered dish, half of them clear and half of them white china, of chocolate candies on the desk of every secretary in an office building as a gift for Secretaries Week. Every night for 2 weeks, he'd count what was eaten and then refill the dishes. Those clear dishes had a clear impact. Secretaries dipped in 71% more often from the clear candy dishes and ate an extra 77 calories a day. Do that every day for a year and you'd pack on an extra 5 pounds. Making food a little harder to get affects how much we eat too. In another study, with a different group of secretaries, Wansink provided everyone with clear candy dishes full of chocolate, but he moved the dishes around from week to week. 1 week the candy dish was on top of the desk, then it was in the desk drawer, and another week it was 6 feet away on top of a filing cabinet. Candy on the desk was easy to get, so the secretaries indulged an average of 9 times a day. But when they had to work for it, they walked all that way to the filing cabinet only 4 times a day. If your workplace is a minefield of temptations, you need to have a good offensive strategy, and that means keeping foods out of sight and mind and making sure you have healthy alternatives available. I had one patient who put a mini refrigerator in her office to stash her lunch and healthy snacks so she could avoid the lunchroom altogether. Vending machines have a way of calling out to you, especially around 3 or 4 p.m. when you're hitting an afternoon slump. So again, make that food harder to get. Maybe you don't keep cash with you at work, or maybe you find another route to the restroom that doesn't take you past the vending machine. Better yet, bring healthy snacks to work with you. Some fresh fruit, a handful of nuts, some low-fat cheese and whole grain crackers, or a carton of yogurt. Here's something else that helps. Next time you're faced with food that you know you shouldn't have and probably don't even really want, ask yourself this and take your pick. If this donut, cold pizza, stale popcorn weren't here, would I go out of my way to get it?